Poppin', y'all. This is DJ with One Shot Game, man. You already know how the motto go. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the game you need to help improve who you are. The choice is yours. Now, as I always say, you could settle for the life that has been set out for you, or you have the ability to create your path towards your destiny. That choice is also up to you. So, before I get into the title of my video, I want to give a big shout out to all my supporters. I see y'all, and even the ones behind the scenes. I see y'all too. So look, the title of this video is going to be on the fact that we live in a world where it's based off of everybody being against each other, because the only way you can find what you're looking for and have everything you want is by being under mind control. When you have the ability to have your own identity, it's basically thought that you're by yourself and no one likes you, no one wants to be around you, and I beg to differ. You know what I'm saying? I think it's actually the opposite. But you have to understand, when you're growing in your identity of who you are, it shocks people, because oftentimes the only reason why you guys bonded is because their trigger mirrored your triggers, and you were under the illusion of their manipulation, which made them feel good about who they are. They never banked on you actually figuring out who you are, because they don't know who they are. If they're willing to go through the journey of self-discovery and figuring out who they are, then they'll be able to understand you. But oftentimes, again, the journey to self-discovery is scary, and most people are not willing to take that route. You know what I'm saying? So the basis of my video is going to be on the fact that I'm a firm believer in marriage. I'm a firm believer in black love. I truly, really believe it exists. I think the only reason why people have a hard time believing in it is because we have been taught to go against each other. We have been taught to believe that we are so toxic that we cannot be in a sustaining relationship. You know what I'm saying? But I think what people miss is the fact that you have to be understanding of healing yourself first, completely, before you can actually take interest in the idea of being connected to someone else. Because oftentimes what you're going to attract is the wholeness not in you that you're looking to fulfill with someone else. You know what I'm saying? And if they're not whole in who they are, at some point that relationship won't work. You know what I'm saying? People will be looking for a person they could cheat on. You know what I'm saying? Someone that can take their manipulation, someone that just puts up with all the holes inside themselves. You feel me? And over time, you become less interested in trying to keep that relationship together, because it is two people who are not complete, and they're looking for each other to complete each other, when the only person that can complete you is yourself. You have to be willing to understand that you are the only one that can complete who you are. And when you decide to marry someone or have a union with someone, it will be two complete people that decided to understand and join forces with each other to make life decisions together. You know what I'm saying? And basically look out for each other's best interests while allowing them to be who they are. You know what I'm saying? Without the clinginess, understanding their career path, how they emotionally treat people, the type of people that they are with their children, all those things matter. You know what I'm saying? But again, when you look for someone else to complete you who's not completing themselves, that is a recipe for disaster. At some point, that marriage will be headed towards divorce, because you will start to realize that they were not who you thought they were. You know what I'm saying? They just mirrored your incompleteness, so you thought that was your perfect person. When it takes you to complete yourself, to be with someone who's also completed, who will be able to handle you, you be able to handle them, make group decisions to better each other, to be able to handle this thing called life. You know what I'm saying? But again, you have to be willing to understand that about yourself first before you try to just take that leap of, you know, trying to be involved with someone. Because a lot of people oftentimes think love is having someone else love you. But if you don't love yourself, that is not love. What you're looking for is for someone you can control, someone you can manipulate, someone you can, you know, can tell what to do. That's always going to follow you and agree with what you're on, and they don't know themselves, and so you get attention by them glorifying you because they have no idea who they are. They're not complete. They're looking for you to feel the incompleteness inside of them. You know what I'm saying? And over time, that starts to get boring because you start to realize that they can't do anything self-sufficiently on their own. When you need someone to hold down the fort because maybe you're going through something, they won't be able to do it because they're looking for you to hold down the fort entirely 100%. They're looking for you to do everything because they cannot bring to the table what you require. You know what I'm saying? So I'm someone who truly believes in marriage. I do. I love the idea of it. I think it's a great thing. I think it's beautiful for two people to come together and create something magical and also stick it out, work it out. Anything that happens in life you can get through together if you're committed into understanding that you decided to make something work with someone. Two people decided to come together and love each other, you know, through thickness and thin. You know what I'm saying? Now, I feel as if you shouldn't completely feel as if it's okay to marry until you completely 100% know yourself. I think a lot of people who are not ready is because they don't know who they are. And they feel as if they can't bring to the table what is required to sustain a long-term relationship. You know what I'm saying? But again, if you take the time to work on yourself, I feel as if you shouldn't have to look for that person. That person will come to you. You know what I'm saying? Someone that's willing to do this thing called life with you on a journey together. You feel me? And they'll be able to accept your past. They'll be able to accept the present. You guys will have the same common goals. You know what I'm saying? It's a journey. But it's one that can be discovered. You know what I'm saying? If you're willing to put the work in. It's just up to you. Only if you're willing to put that much work in. I believe it's not a lot of positive black love they focus on because everybody is too busy interested in the conflict and the going to jail and the violence amongst black people when it's not all like that. You feel me? Black love is a powerful thing. Two people can't be together if they focus on the relationship. You feel me? It got to be something you're willing to do. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like you can bring that to the table? You feel me? And that person shouldn't be someone that you are using to fill a hole. It should be two people that vibrate high, that complete each other. You know what I'm saying? And encourage each other to be better and encourage each other to grow. And they both are strong. So when they come together, you know what I'm saying? They uplift each other. You know what I'm saying? And they become better. It's not about, oh, I'm looking for the completeness that I don't have inside myself, inside of you. So I'm never going to be able to give you all that you give to me because I don't have that to give. You know what I'm saying? Marriage is a big commitment. But I also don't want to be the type of person that just be with somebody for hella years for nothing. We ain't growing. We ain't, you feel me, encouraging each other. We ain't motivating each other. We ain't doing nothing. We just together because we're codependent. I was codependent in my life. I'm not codependent no more. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel as if when that time is right, I fully believe in it. I think we should focus on the positive of love. The people who have been together for years and stayed together. You haven't heard of no cheating allegations, nothing. Denzel Washington's wife, you never heard him cheat on her. You know what I'm saying? People who really want to be together will, but they don't never talk about that. It's always about the breakups. You feel me? And the keeping the kids away. You feel me? Listen, let's focus on the things that are not as common in the world, which is people who love each other and are making a commitment to be together. People who are, you know what I'm saying, co-parenting together in a healthy way. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot of commitment on people's behalf to want to do that. You feel me? Which means you also got to work on the toxicness that may have been in your life for years and you're finally getting to a space where you're working it out. That takes time too. You know what I'm saying? But it's a new world. You can have whatever you want if you focus on having whatever you want. Now, if you don't want to have whatever you want, you won't. You know what I'm saying? Life is short. It done went by so fast. I'm destined to get everything I want out of life. You feel me? Which means I got to bring my whole self to the table. Not looking for someone else to complete me. I got to complete me first. You know? And that take time. But you got to look for the blessings and the lessons, not the pity and the vulnerableness and the negativity. out of every situation that gets depressing. You feel me? Especially if you've been doing it for years. Okay, we got the negativity, we got the depression. What about the positive side? What are you learning out of this that's helping you grow to be better? You know? Listen, I love to see two people happy and working it out. And there may be moments where they're not always happy, but they stick it out. They work it out. They stay together. You know what I'm saying? Two people that are willing to commit to do this thing of life together. Marriage. It's not just about the ring. It's not just about financial stability. It's not just about emotional fulfillment. It's all of it and above. And they're willing to stay committed to each other, regardless of everything that you guys will go through. You feel me? Because it's a life journey. And I'm finally at the age to where I think I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? When the time is right, I will meet my person to do this thing called life with. You know what I'm saying? So listen, don't be afraid of love. Don't be afraid of marriage. Understand that it's always your other half waiting for you out there. It's just, are you willing to put the work in yourself to find them? Especially when it comes to my culture, people. We've led to believe that we're not good enough to be loved, but I beg to differ. I really think it's the opposite of that. It's just what we've been taught to believe. So listen, if you don't know what it is, I just told you. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.